In 2023, Polaris brought a turbo boost to the trail market, but in 24, they've got competition. So is the VR1 still the king of the castle? So let's talk about what you all came here for, the boost. In 24, has it changed? No, it has not. It's the same as in 23. It still outputs 10% more power than the 850 Patriot, and that 10% feels like a lot. Now you're probably asking yourself, how many horsepower is it? We're asking ourselves that same question because Polaris won't tell us, but 10% more than the Patriot, which we assume to be somewhere in the 160 to 165 range, means that this thing really hauls the mail. Now, while I'm talking about the 850 Patriot Boost, there are a couple of things that we don't necessarily love. Initial throttle tip-in is a little bit jumpy, it's a bit on and off. Mid-range power, you can tell when the power valves kick in around 6,000 RPM, and it makes just a little bit of a noise and a bit of a hesitation. Besides that, this motor is angry at the world, it hates the snow, and it is going to tear the heck out of it. And that part of it, we really like. Now for 24, if you wanted a Patriot Boost strictly on the trail, you only had one option. That is a VR1 137. The front end on that snowmobile is absolutely flawless. In fact, we judge all others based off of this front end. It works really well. However, I do find that the Polaris XCR has a little bit better front end. It's just a little more precise. I like the travel and the suspension and the way that it damps better than the VR1, but that also can be just a little bit more playing with the shocks and setup, because the VR1 is supposed to be your sort of more comfort, more all-day trail, as opposed to the XCR, who is just the aggressive guy who wants to go out and pound the ditches and ride as hard as he possibly can. Now the Pro CC 137 rear skid is a very, very good riding rear suspension. Walker Evans Velocity shocks are all the way around, and they do a great job at damping. They're very adjustable. Everybody else in the industry has kind of gone to the QS3 style or easy adjust 3-position clicker. Polaris allows you on this sled to have much more adjustment and much more range. It means you can get yourself in trouble further, but as long as you take the time to count out those clicks, you're gonna have way more adjustment. And we really do like the way that this suspension rides. Is it as good as an R Motion? No, but the front end puts everybody else to shame. So here's the biggest problem when it comes to the track on the VR1 Patriot Boost. It's that it doesn't get enough traction. It is a Cobra, it's got a decent lug, but at the end of the day, you really gotta stud these sleds because there is nothing that can give you the traction you need from the factory when it comes to boost. There is just so much horsepower here. It takes off so hard. So if you're gonna buy a boost, expect to stud this thing. It does truly need it. Now when it comes to the fit on this vehicle, I fit really well on a Polaris, and I enjoy the way that I can slide left to right no matter whether I'm riding the trail super aggressive and I want to hang off the side of that side panel, or whether I'm going out for a nice easy day's ride and I just want to carve a corner at a reasonable speed. This snowmobile fits like a glove. When it comes to technology behind the dash, there is a lot of it here and it works really well. 7S is a great display. I love the fact that it has the widgets on screen. I can bring things up like my hot grips and thumb warmers and see exactly where they're at and exactly the temperature they're at. I can also bring up turbo boost. And when I buy a turbo sled, I want to flip and see that boost gauge. Whether I know what it means or how many PSI it's building, I don't care. I want to see that it's working, and it's cool to have it. Now Polaris does offer a lot of really cool options, and number one is at SnowCheck, all of the cool colorations that you can equip your snowmobile with. This one isn't one of them. The shag carpet orange is probably my least favorite coloration that I've seen on a snowmobile for 2024, but hey, everybody's got their personal preference. Now, one of the things that I really do love about this snowmobile is the haze brake. By far, this is the best sounding, best feeling, best performing brake in the business. No questions. I don't care who brought something new this year. This is the benchmark everybody needs to be working from. For 24, the VR1 Patriot Boost 137 is a really good snowmobile. It performs very well. The turbo motor gives you a lot of performance and a lot of speed. And overall, the fit, finish, and quality of this vehicle is high. Did we want to see something new for 24? Sure we did. But Polaris taking a step back to make sure they refined what they've got and also deliver snowmobiles on time with that $1,500 discount guarantee if the sleds don't leave the factory by November 30th, well, to me, going back and making sure that you're delivering on time and getting people their snowmobiles, that's never a bad thing, no matter how you look at it.